Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Coming and selling down because today we're going to talk about thirst traps.
And the winner is Meat Canyon for the best art streamer.
But he hates science. He's like me. He's into Meat Canyon videos.
Ooh, do it to him. Oh, get that shit in my face. Get that shit in my face.
That was hot.
Thirst traps have been a staple of the internet for well over a decade now. People taking sexy, flirtatious photos for the purpose of gaining the admiration of their peers. Thirst is defined as desperate need for attention, especially that of sexual nature. You can even find guides online on how to make high-quality thirst traps, from lighting tips to getting the perfect angle, and even more advanced tips like using body oil to make your skin pop. We've all been on the internet long enough to see women posting thirst traps, right? Old news. Dead meme, bored. But how about male thirst traps? Now we're talking. Over time, we've seen a lot more men participating in the trend and getting their own piece of the pie. Most male thirst traps are exactly what you would expect. An in-shape man making flirty faces and getting sexy up for the camera. Getting sexy for you at home. And that being said, there seems to be a wider range of different subcategories that I thought we would take a look at because let me tell you, it's fun. It's a good time. But first off, how did thirst traps start? Let's take a walk down memory lane. Urban Dictionary defines a thirst trap as a sexy photograph or a flirty message posted on social media for the intent of causing others to publicly profess their attraction. And early on, people would post selfies on their MySpace profile to their small circle of friends and classmates, but now it has become a way to create a massive audience of fawning viewers. Nay is the time of internet goers lifting up their shirt in their bathroom with their scene band, their verb to noun band. I had a friend who did this. It worked great for him. It was insane. I was too fat. I couldn't do it. I wish I could thirst trap. I'd thirst trap in a heartbeat. Okay, I'll try. This is me thirst trapping. I'm gonna do one for you now. Put it up quickly. That's all you get.
Today's episode sponsored by Supps. We have our own flavor, raw meat. Go drink raw meat right now. Do you like summer in a glass? Then drink raw meat. Supps, zero sugar, right? Nice caffeine. Or if you don't like caffeine, they have caffeine-free options. Raw meat. Go get raw meat! Use promo code PAPAMEAT and checkout. I swear to God, you're gonna get it. You're gonna love it. Please go buy this. If everyone just got one, right, it would end world hunger. That's a fact. If everyone got one right now, if you're watching this fucking video and you go get it, world hunger's done. Ring a ding ding ding. Go drink it. Raw meat. Raw meat. That's my flavor. Raw meat. Go drink it. Thank you so much, Supps, for sponsoring this video. Go fucking get this. I'm not even joking.
The term thirst trap has been around since around, 2011. It mainly consisted of women, but around 2018, male thirst traps began to emerge on TikTok. This content featured shirtless, lip-biting, short motivational speeches, and oftentimes, roleplay. But then, in 2020, the pandemic accelerated the trend as users turned to the internet for connection and validation, with users like Vinny Hacker capitalizing on this shift. Vinny, who started making thirst trap videos in high school, blew up early on, currently sitting at 15 million beautiful followers on TikTok, and over time, the thirst trap genre has evolved and morphed into a multitude of different archetypes. So, let's start with some of the more common thirst traps, like the motivational buff guys of the internet. You might see these. You'll be scrolling through, you'll see one of these big buff beauties every once in a while. Because while many influencers can go far with just good looks alone, others try a different approach. Their posts are very clearly made for the women in his audience, making him out to be the most sensitive and caring lover. I have a huge heart, right? This man here is Josh Hopkins, an influencer with hundreds of thousands of followers that post all sorts of soft boy alpha thirst traps.
He's got a heart, but he's a leader.
He's got a heart of gold, but he's also a lion. He's the leader of the wolf pack. Some of his posts include motivational captions like, "The real flex is how many lives you can positively impact." He's shirtless. Do you feel positively impacted? Is your wet? You hard? That's positive. I think it's positive. But he posts this alongside videos and photos of him posing on a boat.
to show that he's rich. He's got money.
He does have money. He's rich. Your life isn't as good as his. Please be wet or hard right now. Thank you. Another one reads, if you hang with me for too long, I'll brainwash you into believing in yourself and knowing you can achieve anything.
That's hot. That, like...
I'm motivated. I am motivated.
Masculinity isn't toxic. The absence of it is. Weak men are abusive and spiteful. Strong men are protective and loving.
Like a dad.
Yeah.
Posts like these get flooded with comments from older women praising him for his positivity, as well as begging to spend time with him, which it's funny, the parallels. It's human beings being human beings, but, you know, younger women posting provocative pictures almost always has creepy older guys in the comments being like, you are so beautiful, princess. So it's funny to see the vice versa of like older women. I'll tell you what, the is aggressive too. Take it off!
That's how my grandma and aunt were to my one of my friend's brother. he was like 4 or 5 years older, and every time they're like, ooh, we want to see him. And then one time he gained weight, and then we were like, ugh.
Of course, he has his fair share of overly horny posts, some of which border on excessive. Some of them, not all of them, well, a lot of them, but still. There's clearly a market for thirst trap content that focuses more on emotions than just pure sex appeal. But what about when that concept is taken into a slightly different direction? That's when you enter Calvin Reef. I feel like I'm giving these boys a nice little platform, huh?
Yeah, you gotta promoting them.
I want to say, if we talk about anybody here, I want you to go there. I want you to just say, Zam, Zaddy. Give one of those. They're burning up, nothing but positivity going towards them. No negativity. I don't with that. These are just handsome boys doing what handsome boys do. Right? Now, Calvin Reef is a young TikToker that focuses on making relatable content. So, in his own words, quote, people don't have to feel alone throughout hard times. He makes dramatically emotional POV videos, and while they aren't overly sexual, they feel like a sort of emotional thirst trap in a way, if that makes sense. He often posts stories about touchy subjects in order to get emotional responses from his audience and have his videos blow the fuck up. He even says, I try to make people cry. It's good, dude. He's like Spielberg. You gotta respect that. Why not? I mean, listen, let's get away from the emotional stuff and look at a genre of thirst traps that is an absolute peak of horniness for every. I mean, why else are we here? Why else are we here?
I'm bricked up already.
I would say by far on the internet, the biggest male thirst trap ever is the cooking thirst traps, which is just AKA it's food.
Literal food.
Okay, I want to be a cinnamon roll. They get in there too with the dough and shit. God damn, like sitting there, they're like smacking stuff, smacking dough.
They're just showing you. See, that's
Good advertising.
little subliminal messaging right there.
Well, it's not even subliminal. I mean, that's just, they're just saying, this, you are dough. My finger, you're whole. At some point, attractive men who were skilled in cooking and baking had discovered a new type of viral content, one that mixes the aesthetic appeal of delicious foods with the sexual nature of thirst traps.
Gold mine.
And let me tell you, it is a gold mine. An absolute never-ending gold mine. One very well-known influencer in this realm is the man that goes by the name The Donut Daddy. He's a donut maker from Melbourne that made a large name for himself after posting increasingly horny content. And let me tell you, when I say posting increasingly, he knew what he had. He had the pickaxe and all, and he found gold. He kept digging, all right? In these videos, he's not only showing off his six-pack and his chiseled features, he's doing just about everything shy of taking his out and the food that's right in front of him. You can watch him pretend to eat out bread dough, spank the sides of stand mixers, and splatter frosting on the counter in a like fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you, I mean, even my ass, I was like, he's like looking around and shit. And I think I saw one of his videos one time when I was at an airport. I thought I was gonna get arrested. Yeah, I was like watching it, just sitting waiting for a flight. I was like scrolling through like Instagram or TikTok, and yep, there's always one person that knows that you're watching something bad. You like go down, you like look over, and there's like an old woman who's just like,
I kind of like that, though, knowing someone's watching.
on several occasions, he'll purposely cover the donuts he makes for his infamous cream pie shots. You know what a cream pie is? They're delicious. In one video where he makes a key lime pie donut, he grabs the hook off the stand mixer and jerks off the dough until it comes right off. He then starts rolling the dough, only to spread it apart like a pair of cheeks and spank the hell out of it. And near the end, he starts fingering the lemon filling. Actually saying this out loud,
It's gross.
it really is gross. Like, I'm just like, oh my God. He just like spreads it open and starts fingering the hole. You're like, God damn.
Is this gonna get us demonetized?
I don't know, maybe. It's food! He has his own donut shop and dessert bar in Melbourne and serves handcrafted donuts, which is the primary thing he uses his content to promote. Which, you know what? That's a small business owner getting his, right? It's a donut maker trying to get people to eat donuts. What am I supposed to tell you? One of the biggest cooking thirst trap accounts on YouTube is without a doubt Cedric Lorenzen, who makes similar content for his 6.3 million followers on YouTube. It seems that people who make this kind of content are always trying to find new ways to up the ante to see how far they can take the sexual side of the content while also making it different from their competitors. You gotta reel people in with what's similar, but what makes you stand out? What makes you a little zebra amongst horses, am I right? And for some reason, Cedric's signature move is spitting on the camera.
You think he's hogging a loogie?
You better believe he's getting some phlegm from the back of his throat. Oh, especially a man eating a bunch of sugary shit like that. Oh, I bet you he's got some phlegm. In one video that feels almost too graphic for TikTok, Cedric makes an Indonesian dish called es camper, a cold and sweet dessert consisting of various fruits. In the video, cuts open a coconut, jams his finger deep inside, and fingers it aggressively. All right. Cedric aims to open his own restaurant one day, thinks of his content as a good stepping stone to that goal, which once again, if you're popular online and you can get the bag, motherfucker can open up a nice steakhouse at some point, I bet.
It kind of reminds me, like, have you seen those videos where the guys, like, they make the chocolate, like,
I see a lot
bananas,
of chocolate ones. Yeah.
and they, like, hump them in their face?
Yeah.
That's what he's gonna do.
Okay, maybe not. I don't think I.
Oh, you haven't seen that?
That last part was, I don't know.
They'll sexually like doll up like a banana, like dip it in chocolate and put sprinkles on it, and then like put it near their fucking like stand up on the table and like shove it in their mouth.
I hate that you reenacted all of that. Men have begun seeing so much success from their thirst trap content that it's starting to be seen as a smart marketing tactic for more than just individual influencers trying to make a quick buck. So let's talk about the national park thirst traps. People were shocked to see that Yellowstone National Park was seemingly posting thirst trap videos to TikTok in order to advertise their park. Big brain. Big brain material. The formula for these posts would consist of sexy men thirst trapping just before hard cutting to a landscape view from the park, which it is a beautiful view, isn't it? Isn't that nice? Other clips would stitch videos from rugged influencers like Thorne Bradley, cutting from him splitting a log in half with their bare hands to a shot of a snowy mountain. Oh.
Dude, that's gotta work.
Yeah, it works. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. They should do it for both men and women. Get some men in there, get some women in there, maybe get both of them at the same time. Who knows? And guess what? Boom! You're in the forest. These videos would pop off on TikTok, and soon people realized that this was not actually the official Yellowstone TikTok page. Instead, people were making fake accounts in order to trick people into creating awareness for national parks to increase tourism due to the cuts being made at the national park services. But you know what? That's the community coming together. They're like, they know brain rot. Capitalizing brain rot for the better good for national parks. We need it. Yellowstone needs to step up and start doing it, dude.
They should do it for like educational videos.
Hell yeah, they should. Now let's talk about one of the most popular types of aesthetic that men on social media have utilized for their thirst traps. And it's probably, I would say this is probably my least favorite one out of all of them. I'd probably say this is the most popular. This is the one I probably see the most. This is the one that inspired the video because it was happening so much. I'd be taking a shit on Instagram and you'd scroll through and you're like, why am I getting fed these? I'm just watching them over and over again. I'm of course talking about the country boy thirst traps. Yeah! There's no shortage of men using the rugged Western country boy lifestyle as a tool for getting women to fawn after them. The amount of TikToks I see of shirtless men in blue jeans catching footballs with one hand and then slow motion turning around to the camera and just being like...
Man, you're good at that.
Can you imagine, what if I actually just lost like 150 pounds for that thing? Just for that bit? As I turn around, I had like a full chisel thing, and I'm like... I think people would immediately not like me anymore. People like a nice pudgy guy.
That's true. Jonah Hill, good example.
Do people not like Jonah Hill anymore? What happened to him?
He was woke.
These videos often consist of fit men, usually wearing only pants and a cowboy hat, spending time at a farm or around their pickup truck while lip singing to country music, like stadium country music, you know what I mean? Dirt road, cold beer, blue jeans, a red pickup. Was that Bo Burnham thing, right? One of these influencers, Dalton Chandler, has multiple videos where he uses all the country boy stereotypes at once. They almost always fit the exact same format, and Dalton gets out of the pickup truck to reveal he's only wearing a blue jeans and a cowboy hat. He opens the back to reveal a cute dog, then walks off screen as if he isn't just going to turn around once they get the take. They're gonna walk over, he's gonna tell his dog, get in the truck. Get over in the truck. Arf, arf, arf. Get over in the truck. Slams the door, arf, on his paw, arf, arf. I don't know if that happens, but still. And then another one of his favorite types of thirst traps is a shirtless Dalton gets thrown a football, catches it, turns around in slow motion, and smiles. He's done this more times than I could ever tell you. It's a lot. And I'll tell you what, other guys like this, they all, there's been copies of it, or he's copied it before. I don't know who the originator is of it, but there's a lot. Some other men that follow the country boy aesthetic have countless videos where they just walk towards the camera and smile. What is the psychological thing you think that makes like licking your lips supposed to be attractive? You know how many times we see that? Biting your lips and then licking them or something? What do you think it is, actually?
I don't know. It's just like, it just shows interest. Yeah, it's the eyes, man.
Maybe it is supposed to be like, oh, you're a snack. Oh, you're delicious. You look at her the same way that you look at like a porterhouse steak. Get like a knife and a fork. My boy Danny Baker is a great example of this. He has had a ludicrous amount of videos where the only thing he does is walk forward, smile, and occasionally, not all the time, occasionally tip his hat. And occasionally with wholesome motivational quotes and Bible verses layered on top. Not a bad formula.
What's the one that you shouldn't like on your friend's belly?
There's a Bible verse that says don't on your friend's belly?
Yeah, it's like don't waste your seed on your best friend's belly.
Is that Tummy Sticks 1614? The Book of Tummy Sticks. It's surprising just how many types of thirst trap videos are out there. There's a category out there for everyone. For example, the police officer thirst trap. Even police officers should try to take sexy videos of themselves, often decked out in full gear, and a popular trend that police officers on TikTok take part in is the hip walk, where people film their hips as they walk in a suggestive way.
Oh, because they're brandishing their guns.
They're brandishing their guns. These boots are made for walking. But they're not the only people in uniform that participate in the thirst trap trends. There are people in the military that do this as well. Like in 2020, people in the US military started getting in trouble for poor conduct after being caught making thirst trap videos that were making the rounds on TikTok. And although people in the military are banned from using social media sites such as TikTok, people inevitably find a way to access and gain followers posting content they deem inappropriate. My boy Garrett Nolan, for example, will post videos of him making sexy faces, while influencers like John Bland take a much more revealing route, which is really funny with his name. There ain't nothing bland about John Bland. Both of them have gained massive followings, which the Pentagon views as a threat, believing that China will be able to gather important intel from the US military. Many people think this is a silly thing to be concerned about, seeing as they're just doing what most young people do and aren't hurting anyone, right? Regardless, John's TikTok seems to have completely disappeared, but remnants of them still exist in compilations posted to YouTube. Don't worry, guys, his abs are still out there. Oh, thank God, John. Where'd you go, John? We've seen enough hot, young twinks. How about sexy influencers for the older crowd? Well, look no further. Divorced dad thirst traps is my lifeblood. There's nothing. Divorced dad and divorced mom thirst trap content is so funny and just truly shows how people at an older, like nobody really ever grows up. They just get older. Because these are the same people that would be doing the John Bland thing if they still had that kind of body. But it's the idea of like a 53-year-old guy who's just like 53 and can go all night. And he's just like, but they're like old as shit. It's so good. Some people are very honest about their lives on TikTok, too honest. Like Brian Bateau. He's a man in his mid-40s who is often using TikTok to score himself a new wife. In fact, he brings up the fact that he got divorced from his wife of nearly 20 years on a regular basis. In one video, he dances and lip sings while pleading to his audience to blow up his video to stick it to her.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
It's so desperate. He better be having some divorced rock in there. Divorced dad rock. He better have some Creed in there, some Seether, Stained, all of them. Puddle of Mud. They better all be in there.
Does Breaking Benjamin fit?
I think Breaking Benjamin probably fits into divorced dad rock now. Something's getting in the way. Lots of people in the comments end up venting about how they just recently got divorced recently as well. All the other guys are like, buddy, preaching to the choir.
So it's just an echo chamber of divorced people.
It's like the divorced dads all come together. They hear this. They hear the "It's Been a While" by Stain from like 4 scrolls up. They're like, "Oh, I'm home. She took everything," and the text is huge because their eyes suck. That's another thing I like too. I love at games when guys are texting, it's just like, "I'm going to fill you up," and like spread it all over your stomach, and they like look at porn at like games. It's insane. It's just like, dude, you're around other people. In other videos, he urges people to respond to his DMs because dating in your 40s suck. Some videos have a strange vibe because he'll emotionally vent about how much he misses being married, all while looking longingly into the camera like a typical thirst trap. You know, just sitting there, he's just being like.
This picture says, loving someone you know loves you back, family gets-togethers, no longer being part of a team, guaranteed hugs after a long day.
I do miss those guaranteed hugs after a long day, bro. My boy Brian, he's spitting facts. It's been a while since I could hold my head up high. It's been a while since I first saw you. That's a good one, dude. I don't know if I like It's Been a While. That might be my favorite divorced dad rock song. Or I like that Creed song though too. My Own Prison. Should have been dead on a Sunday morning, begging my head. No time for moaning. Ain't got no time.
My dad would blast that at like 6 a.m. in the morning.
Good for him, dude. Court is in session. A verdict is it. He's like doing the dishes real loud and shit. He wants people to be like, Dad, what's wrong? Nothing, go to bed. But when all else fails, Brian will not hesitate to pull out the occasional horny post, knowing full well his children are aware of his TikTok presence, but he doesn't care. Dad's lonely. Hey, keep scrolling, sweetheart. In fact, this is a new issue that people have to confront in the age of TikTok. A 15-year-old teenage girl posted an advice page about how to handle her 53-year-old father posting thirst traps to TikToks. The father, a physically fit, bearded gym coach that occasionally works gigs as a mall Santa, decided to start posting thirst trap videos to TikTok. She was humiliated to find out that her friends discovered them and started showing them to her. In them, her father's wearing tight, revealing pants while he flexes and dances to sexual music. And according to her, quote, you could literally see everything. That's so brutal, dude. I feel bad for her. That's brutal. She would then look at the comments to find that a bunch of women were thirsting after her father, and he was even responding to them. That old boy was getting it, and he's like, I'm eating good, sweetheart. Your dad's full. The man is not divorced and has a wife that is also very uncomfortable with him making these posts. What?
He's doing it for the attention.
I thought he was divorced. I got mixed up with Brian. He just wants the attention. You're playing with fire right there, old boy. God damn.
He's role-playing as a divorced dad.
He's a divorced dad and a mall Santa. They both want him to stop, but according to her, he would tell him that, quote, I'm an adult and I can do what I want. What a fucking immature piece of shit, dude. The team wants nothing to do with his content, but refuses to let her block his account.
What? You better unblock me.
You unblock it and you like those posts and repost them. He even shows them to her directly before posting them.
This seems like vindictive.
Is that not fucking torture?
Yeah, that's child cruelty.
That does feel like child cruelty. I mean, a little. I mean, at the very least, child cruelty. Dad, I don't want to see it. You will watch me in my joggers. And now let's get in the stranger side of male thirst traps. Wonder if you think of all the ideas that have been exhausted, people will find a way to keep things fresh. For example, how about fake arrest thirst traps? I know we already talked about police a little bit, but stay with me. On TikTok, people are making videos where they pretend to get manhandled by police from the point of view of their girlfriend. The goal is to give off the bad boy aesthetic, like it's a scene out of Degrassi or like the end of a movie or something, you know, where it's like, don't worry, babe, I got this under control. They shove themselves against a wall and pretend their hands are being cuffed behind their back before turning towards the camera and smoldering. This is me getting arrested. Get off! Did I look like a bad boy, Nick?
You did.
Thanks, Nick. Thirst trap videos are likely here to stay for the foreseeable future. I mean, as long as people get horny, they're gonna be around. Sex sells, Nick.
It's kind of like book talk.
It's exactly like book talk. But the difference between book talk and thirst trapping is it's way more feral. Book talk, people are getting all horned up, I get it, but they're just like, usually they're never like, it's a lot more vague, or it's like behind closed doors. Oh, I'm reading this in private. That one scene in chapter 26, that kind of vibe. Versus thirst traps are just like, this is like me and I'm hard. And then people in the comments are just like, hey, by the way, I'm wet and hard. There's a swamp happening right here. It feels a lot more abrasive to me. No matter how bizarre and how low effort some of this may be, human beings are feral, horned up creatures that can't help but watch. To those who make fun of people posting them, who could blame them? Some of these people are making tons of money doing it, and all they have to do is be a little bit cringe and horny. People gotta eat. That's with anything in life, bro. All I gotta say is the shit's cringy, and I guess if you stumble on it and you don't like it, buddy, just keep scrolling. Thank you so much for watching this video. We will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.